Hi folks, this is just a little bit of a video tutorial on how to do your arts and crafts physics today. The tools that are used in this video, again, you probably don't have a clamp stand at home, but I've just done this using only a piece of paper and a pencil. All I did was find something that had a straight line going straight from ceiling to floor in my house. So the edge of a door jamb, something like that, or the edge of a cupboard, something that's just going straight down. Hold it up against the wall using the end of the pencil, end of a sharp pencil. Give the shape that you've cut out a little bit of a wiggle to make sure that it's hanging straight down, and then you'll see in this video in a sec, you just mark the point that is straight down from the point where you're holding it. I'll narrate this video so you've got an idea of what's going on. So you can have any sort of shape. I suggest you do a shape like this as maybe your second shape. Your first one, go for something like a rectangle, as it says in the written instructions, because you can check much more easily that you've got the center of mass for that right, because the center of mass of a rectangle is just the center of the rectangle, and you could measure that with a ruler. The center of mass of an irregular shape like this is harder, if not impossible, to measure with a ruler, which is why you've got to do what's about to happen in this video. So start off with something simple that you can check, like a rectangle, and then make a shape like this. And if you want to do the extension, go for a really strange shape. So this person's made two tiny little holes. You don't have to make holes. As I said, I just held it up against the wall using the end of a pencil right near the edge. If you've only got one pair of hands, you've not got someone who can help you out, making a hole can make it a little bit easier, because then you can just hang it from a pencil that's hanging off the end of a table or something like that. This person's just got a little pin inside a cork being held up. It's hanging from the hole. They're going to give it a little shake, a little wiggle. You don't need to do anything quite as dramatic as that, but you just need to let it settle to its own position so it's not being held up by anything. So instead of using the edge of a door that they know is hanging straight down, this person's using a piece of string, and there's a little mass on the end of it so that they know the string is hanging straight down. Whatever it is that you use, it just needs to be hanging straight down. Easier than tracing along the string, they're just marking one point on the opposite side where the string was up against the piece of paper, and then drawing a straight line from the hole to the point that they just made using the string. Now they're hanging it from the other hole that they made, giving it a little shake, a bit more gentle this time, to find out exactly where it wants to hang, completely balanced. In comes the string again. It's hanging straight down. Mark a point on the exact opposite side where the string was hanging and join those 2 points together. So the point that it was hanging from the hole and the point marked where the string was. Now the point where those two lines have crossed, let's get the ruler out of the way. Okay. The point where these two lines have crossed is the center of mass of this shape. What's quite cool, because they've only drawn two lines, so you could say, oh yeah, that's the center of mass, I believe you. What you can do is do another line, and they'll all cross in the same place. So if you did this again, you wouldn't get a line going from here to here, unless you've done it wrong. You wouldn't get a line going from there to there, or a line going from there to there. It will always go straight through that point if you do it correctly. It might not be exactly that point, it might be a millimeter or 2 or 3 away. The one I've just done is about 2 millimeters away, but I did it very, very quickly. But it will be in a little area, maybe about the size of your thumbnail. They should all cross within that space. Now the center of mass is a single point, but maybe your line wasn't completely straight, maybe your little hole that you made or where you were holding it up against the wall wasn't very close to the edge. All of that can make your results a little bit off. But the really cool check is that if you do it a third time and a fourth time, they'll all cross in the same bit right in the center of mass of the paper. And that's all I want you to do. Just do that twice. Once with a simple shape, rectangle, once with an irregular shape that you've cut out, and send me the pictures. Send me the pictures of your shape with the lines showing where the center of mass is. If you want to do the extension and try and figure out how to make a shape whose center of mass is outside of the shape, fantastic, give it a go.